Hello and welcome to another episode of Behind the Play. My name is Sam Perlox Carlson of SpawnRoom.com, and today we're going to be focusing on League of Legends. Now, this is a random ranked match I pulled from LoL Replay. It's like a pro match. Nothing really special about it, and it's actually kind of one-sided, but that's great because this is a match analysis show, not a exciting commentary. It's about understanding what's going on in people's heads and what the decisions they're making and the mistakes they made, pointing them out and figuring out how to not make those mistakes in the future. So hopefully it works all the way through. There is currently some issues with LoL Replay and the most recent patch with Lysandra that a lot of my old replays, for instance, are completely broken. Like the ground is all black. Some of them just don't launch. Some of them do launch, but then like halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, it suddenly crashes. So I have no idea if this is going to work all the way through. I know when I was skipping ahead in it previously, it did crash. So I don't know. Also, I can't go back because if I hit back, it's like the replay doesn't exist and then it crashes. So hopefully it does work for the most part. Yes. So I'm going to launch it here and then I'll switch the screens over. Have to click some dialogues as a part of this whole error or this whole glitching out situation. And looks like it's going to work. Yes, okay. Switch over. Okay, so as you can see, our teams, there is a Blitzcrank, a Teemo, Ezreal, V, Kha'Zix, Rengar, Lysandra, Rumble, Graves, and Soraka. One thing that I'm going to do right now, and something you can do while you're, if you're waiting for people with slow computers and it's taking forever to load, one thing you can do during the loading process is go to championsselect.net and get an idea of, who you're playing against and how you should play against them. For instance, let's take Blitzcrank. If you go to championsselect.net, you select Blitzcrank, it tells you what the general counter information for him is. Build health items, so that if you get pulled, you don't get killed right away. Dodge his abilities, of course, that's easier said than done. Hard CC him, because if you soft CC like a slow or something, he can still cast his grab and pull you in. And then play safe early game so you don't get pulled into a 5v1 situation or like really early on, you get pulled into a bush with the other two teammates or something like that. So yeah, you can take a look at a variety of helpful information in there. For instance, Kha'Zix to deny farm, deny the blue buff, dodge his abilities, hard CC him. That's probably so he can't get away or jump in on you. Out sustain him in the lane, play safe early game. And then if he's jungling, try to counter jungle. I mean, a lot of it's pretty obvious stuff, but sometimes, it can set you up, like to make sure that you really know what's going on. Especially if you're newer to the game, it's a good resource just to check out. And they also list counter items, like for Kha'Zix, they suggest building armor, having Oracle Elixir apparently, using exhaust so you can't get away or whatever. Yeah, so there's lots of helpful info. Championsselect.net for that. And I'm not like affiliated with them, I just actually like it. Okay, so let's talk about their early positioning here. As you can see, neither team is looking to be overly aggressive. They're looking just to protect their buffs. So Kha'Zix and Teemo have put themselves in positions where they can see if the enemy team's going to try and run in and do a send the entire team to steal blue buff, because V needs it. And same thing on the red side. Rengar is watching this bush, Lysandra's watching this one, and actually Rumble, seeing as he's not going to go into this bush, and he's just standing under the tower, he should actually be in this bush here, just so, 5 people don't come running in and surprise Rengar all of a sudden. But for the most part, they're just playing safe. They want to ensure that they get the buffs and go to their lanes. No problem. So, I mean, if you're really new to the game, basically all that's happening right here is Lysandra and Rumble are helping Rengar get red, Teemo is helping V get blue, and they both get their buffs, and the junglers will head off, and everyone else will head off to their lane. As you can see, Kha'Zix got here a little earlier, and he's already getting the farm going. One thing, I've already watched this replay, and since this is match analysis, I'm going to be spoiling some things, so sorry about that. I'm going to pause it really quick just to get my thoughts together. Kha'Zix is going to be hardcore farming this lane, and this is something I don't really think he should have been doing. I mean, he's maybe trying to deny creep for Lysandra, but his damage output is really high, and the problem is that, or at least compared to Lysandra, and the problem is that he's not gonna be going for last hits. He's actually gonna be damaging the minions and keeping the wave really close to their tower. And Rengar ends up being really powerful and really good at jumping in and getting kills on different champions. So when Kha'Zix really opens himself up to some serious gank potential when he's playing this far up, and that's one thing you're going to notice throughout the match, or at least for the first levels here, that he kind of makes a mistake on. Then we have Rumble and I almost said Twitch, Teemo top lane. For the items, Teemo went Toxic Shot first, which is going to be his damage over time. So every time he gets a basic attack off on Rumble, he's going to be doing not only the initial damage, but damage, continual damage over time. Rumble is going for his Electro Harpoon, which is just that thing that shoots out. I think it just does some damage. What else does it do? Stack of slow for 15% for 3 seconds. So it does a slow too. But the problem is that Teemo's going to outrange him. You can look, their ability powers are pretty much equal, 51-51. They are equal, actually. And Rumble opted to go for an ability power item, so it basically just brought him up to speed with Teemo's his poke. But the problem is that Rumble is going to be taking a lot more damage than Teemo is going to take from Rumble. So maybe instead of the ability power item, I mean, unless he's planning on being really aggressive, or he just wants the, he's probably, pretty much just if he wants to be aggressive, which he doesn't play super aggressive. Maybe he should have gone for magic resist or just some boots at the beginning, so he can kind of play a bit more run in, get the last hit, and run away, rather than the ability power item. And then in bot lane, you can see that it appears very even at this point, but actually Graves is going to be pushing this lane hardcore compared to Ezreal and Blitz. And you can see already, probably, well, this is too early on to tell, but Ezreal's going to be missing a ton of farm compared to Graves, like a ton farm. Also, Blitzcrank is, I'm just going to spoil it right now, he is very shitty at this game. He bought 2 fairy charms and 3 health pots, which I guess right off the bat is kind of an indication that, like, what is he thinking? As a support champion, you want Ezreal to be getting the farm, you want him to be doling out the damage. I mean, Blitzcrank can do some damage here and there, but for the most part, his utility is the rocket grab. He should be avoiding taking damage. He doesn't need 3 pots. Right now, he can't counter ward at all. They have no vision of the river, no vision of that bush, this bush, any of the bushes, and they're going to get their lane pushed so hard that it's just going to it's going to compound that problem and make it harder and harder that they can't ever see in any bushes. So Blitzcrank made a blunder right out the starting gate by not buying any wards. And I really don't like that. I mean, you can buy 1 health pot just to play it safe, but you got to get the wards. So as you can see right there, doesn't get the hit on the ward, not that really matters. Misses the rocket grab, doesn't have a counter ward. I mean, that's just loss right there. Ezreal is trying to get a little bit of farm, but he's focusing too much on trying to hit Soraka. Just get the farm, man. At this point, if you can poke Graves. Otherwise, you need those last hits. It's 3-8 already, and that's just going to spiral out of control here. So let's pause for a sec just to see what's going on. So the jungles, let's turn the Fog of War off and just see what's been hit up. So all the jungle's been cleared, or being cleared, so nothing too surprising there. Top lane looks normal. Kha'Zix is still keeping the lane, pretty much in his favor, which at this point, it's not that big of a deal. It's so early on, level 1 and 2, so who cares? Okay, so but this is the first real big mistake right now. So as you can see, V is actually coming through. She's been seen by this ward right now, and yet you don't really see a quick response by Graves and Soraka. They kind of, I feel like there's a bit of a delay there. Also, you'll notice that, okay, so they should have seen V. Their entire team, someone should have called out and probably seen that. If you watch professionals play and things like that, they're always watching the minimap because they're looking for the most amount of information possible. They want to know what's going on. They don't want to miss a thing. So if you have 5 players on your team and everyone's checking the minimap constantly, you know, they're going like looking at the screen, they're looking down, you know, like that, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, you notice that a lot in games like, say, StarCraft 2, or you notice it in MOBAs too. Someone should have seen that, even in an amateur match. And what I'd like to see here, I think what would be better, and you'll see how this plays out, but it would be nice if Rengar just dropped. He doesn't not need to get, like, if the trade-off is get blue buff or help get gank spot, go get the ganks. Blue buff will still be there. V's not going to steal it. No one else is going to steal it. They did waste some abilities on it. It's at, you know, almost half. It feels very compelling to be like, I got to just get blue. Let's just get it right now. I mean, he does have his smite up. No, it's not up right now. So he did probably blow it on it, which he shouldn't have done, actually. He should wait till more towards the end. That's the reason you kind of save it, is because you either want to get it quick or fall back or whatever. But anyway, Rengar should already be running bot, because he does have a pot, right? He has 1 pot right now. He could pop it. He could get his health back up to, you know, say half, maybe even more. I can't remember how much it does. 150. How much health does he have total? I mean, it would do a significant chunk of this bar, so he'd probably be at half or a little bit more. He could come down, and let's watch how it plays out, because it does. So, okay, so V indicated that she wanted the gank down here. Blitzcrank and Ezreal have yet to respond. I mean, they should have, when she marked it, she was back here. They should have been up here already. They should have been in this bush. But they're not. And what happens is unfortunate for V. She comes in, first of all, she focuses the wrong target. She's focusing Soraka. And now that's very tempting, because you think Soraka's weak, we can get the kill on her, we can get the nice 1-0, that would be awesome. But the problem is that Graves is way out damaging this lane. And that should be taken into consideration during your gank. You should be thinking, look how far back they're pushed. We need to get Graves under control. He's got more farm, he's doing more damage. We're not going to get a kill on him, probably. Unless Blitz was already up here, he could actually pull Graves. But say he misses or whatever, you just assume that this Blitz sucks, he's going to miss his skill shot. Let's get Graves down as much as possible so that we can get bot lane in more of an advantageous position. They can push Graves and Soraka back. They can make them nervous about coming out. They can catch up on farm, and the lane can regain control. That would be the smarter decision, but the problem is she focused Soraka, then she focuses Graves, then she takes a lot of damage from Graves, and she's forced to just run away. Ezreal's late to the party. Blitz is late to the party. Then Blitz makes a blunder by staying here. He stays here, and he actually launches his rocket grab. Look how far away V is. Ezreal's not turning around. Blitz is a support champion. Turn your ass around. You're not going to do that much damage to Graves. Again, like I said, it would be awesome. Like if we counted it, like a significant amount of time has passed, say 10 seconds since the gank has started, since they would have seen V. 10 seconds is enough time for Rengar to be down here. He could have intercepted V potentially. I won't say definitely, but potentially he could have intercepted V, got a kill. If not, he could have intercepted Ezreal, and they could probably get that kill because Graves and Soraka would turn around. But that doesn't happen, unfortunately. It still does work out in favor of purple, as you're going to see right now. Blitzcrank, being the idiot he is, decided to go aggro, and in return, he's going to actually get killed because of it. Ezreal misses a skill shot, which really doesn't matter because it's not like he's going to actually kill Graves. So now, not only do they already have the lane advantage by being aggressive and doing the damage and keeping the lane in their favor, but now they have a kill on top of it, and it went to the worst person possible. It went to Graves, unfortunately. Let me just move these guys around really quick. Okay. So that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate for bot lane. It's just going to make it even harder. So anyway, V has moved away to continue her farm on jungle. Rengar has gone back. He'll be returning to his duties very soon. Kha'Zix is continuing exactly like he's been. He's playing very aggressive, very towards the front. This is still very risky of him. He doesn't know that Rengar's back. Rengar never showed himself. Rengar could jump out. Lissandra could cast her abilities, especially against someone like Lissandra, because her abilities are, I think it's mostly soft CC, roots and slows. Um, Kazakh's easily could go down. So he's, in my opinion, not playing that smart. I mean, he's playing aggressive, and that's great and stuff, but I, I, I think it would be better if he just focused on getting the last hits, and his damage compared to Lissandra is very high, even though he doesn't really, I mean, does he have any more? He doesn't really have any other items. 20 to ability power to the 10 attack damage. They both just went for additional damage, so the fact that he's doing more damage right out the gate, he doesn't need to be doing what he's doing, basically. As you can see too, Teemo is doing better than Rumble on the top lane. He's, like I said, he's got the range. He's going to be able to poke him harder with the. He's got the blind every under 8 seconds. He's doing the damage over time. He's just doing more damage to Rumble. So Rumble needs to, at some point here, what has he got in the bank? He's got 420. I mean, he's not going to be able to buy much right now, but he should be looking into getting some sort of magic resist to try and mitigate the damage that Teemo's doing. And just hold the lane. Don't focus, he doesn't need this ability power item necessarily, because he just needs to not, he just needs to go for the farm and, just resist the damage for now. Just get the damage items later. At least that's what I would think. Unless he's going to start playing aggressive and try and get the kills on Teemo, or have Rengar come up or something like that. So let's see what goes on. I mean, you can see the bot lane's already getting poked. I mean, Graves is just doing so much more damage than Ezreal. The farm, 4 to 15, is just, it's going to continue to spiral out of control. So they're just doing a lot better in the bot lane. And has Blitzcrank bought any wards yet? He has not. He's opted to buy just items. Dum dum dum. Still has his 3 pots because he didn't even use them when he was being chased. I mean, it's a new player, and it's unfortunate. I mean, they're really not, it's not like they're down much at this point, but if Blitz would just play smarter, just play a little bit more conservative, buy the wards, he should just sell his pots and buy wards or something. I mean, how much gold does he have? Probably nothing now, 240. He could have bought some right now, actually. So, I don't know, he's just underestimating the importance of wards, I guess. Ezreal, still not really getting much in terms of farm. I mean, he should be poking these minions to try and get these back. He's basically just looking for last hits or something. But yeah, so that sucks. Okay, so I'm going to pause this quick because there's some stuff about to go down here. Kazakh's basically in the same position. He's in a little bit of a safer mid position, but he's going to be, he's pushing on Lissandra. He's going to keep playing that aggressive position. V made an interesting decision here by requesting a gank top lane. Now this is a bad decision in my opinion, because we have already seen that Teemo can handle himself in top lane. It's not, Rumble didn't buy magic resist to mitigate damage. He bought boots, so it's not like he's going to take any less damage. Teemo has not gone back yet, but it doesn't matter because he's still doing the same amount of damage, which is more than Rumble. So Teemo doesn't need help. This gank up here, in my opinion, doesn't need to happen. The gold's close. It's not like it's a necessary gank. Had V instead gone mid or bot, it would have been more useful. She could have came bot for a potential gank to try and retake the lane like they should have done already. Or, as you'll see right now, she could have came mid and helped Kazakh's, because Kazakh's is going to get dived here. And both team fights are actually going to go down at the same time, pretty much. So he's going to get the kill. He's going to try and run away. Rengar's going to get it. They are going to do a dive on Rumble, but V's going to dash away. Teemo's going to get the kill. V will get the assist and the other kill. So, okay, so it basically was a trade anyway. So the lane's going to be pretty much the same. Teemo and Rumble will both get gold for the kills. V will get a little bit for the assist. Mid, Rengar was the one who got the kill with an assist for Lissandra, whereas Kazakh's got the kill on Lissandra. So Kazakh's will have a gold advantage in that sense. So, I mean, going into that mid lane, he'll know that. Let's look at it. Where is Kazakh's? So you can see he's got a built-up gold of 1,700 total. So he's got a 300 gold advantage because of that kill. So that will hopefully make the lane a little bit more easy for him. This kind of cuts it a little close, but not too bad, I guess. So still no counter warding bot lane. Bot lane is just not looking good, and it's not going to look good for the rest of the game. So let's speed it up and get to something interesting here. So this farm is just starting to get embarrassing. 7-36 right now. That sucks. I mean, Ezreal's just screwing himself over. I mean, all he has is boots at this point. I mean, that's really, really, really bad. I mean, they need to, like, V has to get down here. Kha'Zix maybe even, like, send all 4. They need to get, like, if you get into this sort of situation, you need to try and do something to try and, I mean, you can just continually play conservative, because you'll be surprised that, like, you can be this far behind at this point and feel like, oh my god, we're totally screwed. But if you actually look, like, later on in the game, the gold won't actually be that far apart. It's really not that bad. Let me finish that thought. So if they would actually just play conservative and just very, very safe, it won't actually turn out that bad. Yeah, they'll have trouble with the lane, and yeah, they'll be behind, but not that far into the game, they'll actually start to catch up if they just focus on farm. So if you ever get into a situation where you're like, oh my god, we're so far behind, focus on farm, focus on playing safe. You'll be surprised that in 5 levels or so, you'll be for the most part caught back up. As long as you don't give kills to, if they're not giving kills to Graves, it won't be that bad. Had to get some water. So let's see what we got going on. Anything special? Rengar's probably looking for another gank here, which he might as well, because it worked the first time. So if Kha'Zix continues to play that aggressive style, they could probably continue to farm ganks off of him. Okay, so let's watch how this plays out. So they decided to go in for this gank. Look at how low their health is. This was another bad decision on their part. We've seen Graves control the lane. He's doing a ton of damage. They shouldn't be going, I mean, I just said that they should be trying to get the gank, but they should be doing it in a smart way, like, get the advantage somehow. Don't just rush headlong in when everyone's injured. Blitzcrank, have V, like, nearby, and go do the gank by pulling Graves. They actually could have probably got the, Blitzcrank probably could have got Graves with his rocket grab had he not fired it into the bush before to try and get Soraka. Because I think that cooldown on that's like 10 seconds or something, right? 20 seconds, 17 seconds, whoops. So had he not fired on Soraka, which was a dumb decision anyway, it'd be nice if they got the gank on Soraka for free, but had he just saved it, Graves was like wide open in this position here just like a few seconds ago, and Blitzcrank was in this position. He could have pulled him down here, and they could have congregated, and the 3 of them could have fought him. He might have even taken a turret hit, potentially. But instead, they've kind of chased. Graves was able to get some shots off before the attacks even really began. And now they're in a very precarious situation. And as you can see, Ezreal has actually opted to start running away. So rather than just saying, hey, let's go for the gank, or let's not go for the gank, they've kind of done this midway thing where they said, let's kind of go for the gank. Oh shit, that was a bad idea, let's run away. Those are bad decisions because it puts the cards on Graves, how should I say that? He's got the better hand, basically. He's the one who gets to decide, should I basic attack because I can, they're running away from me, I can use my abilities and stuff. He's not on the defensive. So as you can see, they're going to trade 1. Then, rather than Blitzcrank running away, he actually gets killed by Soraka. Oh man, that sucks. So they almost got a triple kill there, and that was pretty much unnecessary. And that was another bad call on V's part. Went for, she needs the gank. She's looking for ganks, but she's making the wrong gank calls. Now Ezreal can't do anything. That was really risky of him. He literally should just run away at this point, right? I mean, now Rengar's going to come down. Ezreal should have just ran away and went back. Give them the tower damage. They're going to lose this tower anyway because Ezreal can't fight back. But instead, not only are they going to get the tower, but now Rengar gets another free kill, and How many rank kill? He's got 2 kills. He's doing a lot of damage. V feels confident, but unfortunately, Rengar's too powerful, so he gets another kill. And the minions got the turret there. So, and then Blitzcrank coming out and playing aggressive. He's a support character. Just play under the turret. Play safe. Wait, just play back right now. He does not need to be even this far up. I mean, I guess he wants to try and get some XP or whatever, but he's support. It doesn't matter. Just fall back. Play safe. Don't give him... I mean, they've already given him 5 more kills now. And I mean, the gold still isn't too bad. It's not, like, unreasonable yet, but... Teemo's still able to handle top lane fine, so that's great. How's the farm looking? 44 to 24. So Teemo, in terms of the characters here, V, Teemo, and Kha'Zix, I feel, are really not that bad. They're making some mistakes, but it's not like unreasonable mistakes. They're mistakes that, amateurs make. But the problem is that Ezreal and Blitzcrank are really screwing over their team right now. I mean, Ezreal's farm is just atrocious. And Blitzcrank is just still hasn't bought wards. He's playing too aggressive, running in and dying. It's embarrassing. So anyway, Kha'Zix has put himself in another similar position. I mean, you can see the lane was pushed up this far. Rengar was easily able to jump in. He's up to 4 kills now. So he's definitely starting to get fed, no deaths. They need to be way more cautious. I mean, if it's 3 to 8, you should be looking at your team and going, okay, play more conservatively. Just add at least a little, Kha'Zix doesn't need to play under his turret. He could play just mid. He's got that jump away thing. So, just make those little small increments of safety. Rather than playing here, play here. Just that little bit. All right. So we got some Rumble Ward coverage top. Teemo's on his way. Guess we can fast forward. So there's not too much going on. Basically just farm and poke. Some more poke going on. Rengar's going to move top, so they're going to look for a potential gank on Teemo, which is a smart decision. Teemo has been too much for Rumble to handle. Has Rumble purchased any... He still hasn't... He's opted for Mercury Treads, which give him the movement speed. Reduces the... Well, it's got tenacity, so it reduces the duration of the various... for Teemo, it's just going to be slows, right? Wait, does it do blinds, too? Yes, it does blinds. So it shortens the blind, and... I thought, doesn't he do some sort of... I guess just from the mushrooms. I think a better item here, rather than Mercury Treads, he should be getting some sort of magic resist, I think. Just because of the damage output of Teemo. If you're taking a lot of damage from a champion, rather than going for something like Mercury Treads, buy the magic resist armor. You don't need this plus 45 movement speed. So anyway, but this is a smart decision for Rengar to come up here, because Teemo, he's got the damage, he's playing out in this position. This might be a little early to come up, just because, he might be a little suspicious, where did he go? I don't have ward coverage, maybe Rengar's here, so he may be suspicious, so he may play a bit safe. But, I mean, still a good decision, good place to come for a gank. Let's see what else we got going on here. So a lot of damage has been pumped out. Graves has got another kill on Blitz. They're doing another weird kind of gank attempt where it's not timed properly. And is V going to be able to get away? So both of them should run. Just run, 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 run. Do not turn around. Do not turn around. Okay. So Graves just got 3 more kills there. So now he's up to 5. He's actually got more than Rengar. They did actually manage to get Teemo up here too. I missed that. So it's 3 to 12. This is definitely spiraling out of control. Purple is just taking huge. I mean, it's all because it's not necessarily because Purple is really good. I mean, they're definitely playing better. They're making better decisions, but it's mostly because they're just running in and dying. Look at, he gets the kill there. That's great. I mean, I guess they know that Rengar was top. Maybe Kha'Zix feels safe. in this position. But, you know, still risky. Is he actually going to get away? Oh, he could have got away, I think. I think if he wouldn't have interrupted. So he opts to go for the kill on Lissandra, but he's going to feed... Who's he going to feed? Graves. So Graves is going to get the kill. And is Rengar going to be able to get this one? So they got another kill for Graves. Actually, though, oh yeah, I remember this now. So this actually does work out in the favor of blue team fairly well. Now, Kha'Zix is able to get the kill on Lissandra, which, depending on how it played out, like say Kha'Zix just went off and died after that, that wouldn't really be that great. I mean, it's 1 for 1, whatever. I mean, I guess Kha'Zix would have it over Lissandra, but he's already doing decent damage. It'd be better if Kha'Zix just didn't die. But it happens that the two people that show up to fight Kha'Zix happen to be Graves and Rengar, and they actually have enough damage to deal with them. So this actually did work out good because they actually shut down Graves, which they needed to do, and they're going to shut down Rengar here. So even though they traded 2 kills, that gold that they got from that was really good. And like that was vital. They needed to shut down those 2 champions. So this is a good example of like, oh, we're so down, this sucks, we're never going to come back from this. But then they get 2 shutdowns in a row. This should be the moment when you treat it as a new game. Treat it as we're back in this, okay? Like, you should probably treat it that way always, because you'd be surprised that people make dumb mistakes, they get overzealous, over-aggressive, and they fuck up, and you get to come back. But this should be a turnaround point, at least. Like, if you're not going to treat it that way all the time, at least treat those moments as a turnaround. Now the ball is back in our court. Assuming, you know, that Blitzcrank and Ezreal can get their shit together. Alright. What else do we got going on here? So Teemo's going for the top turret, and he is able to get it. And he could probably go for Lissandra even, because I doubt Lissandra's be able to do enough damage to Teemo. But he doesn't really know where everyone is. He doesn't want to sacrifice any more kills. So what is he doing? He's dropping his satellite mushrooms, which actually he puts them in really good positions, potential positions, as you'll see later in the match. So yeah, I think Teemo's fine. Like I said, the 3 of them, like V's making some bad calls, but has the damage. Kha'Zix is doing pretty good. Like the 3 of them on their team are doing decent, but it's all coming down to Blitzcrank and Ezreal, and they're going to get caught out here again. I don't remember if they die or not, but let's see what happens. So they are going to get away, but I'm really risky. Blitzcrank, turn around. Just stop. God, he's so overly aggressive here with such low health and playing so shitty. He's not even in a position for the grab right now. What is he doing? Is he it's just like hard watching players like this. Okay, so he does manage to get the kill on Soraka. That's great. I mean, it's like 1 free kill. Kind of risky in my opinion, but okay. I mean, I guess. So it does put him in a position to grab Dragon, so I guess that does actually work out for them. Surprisingly, it seemed very risky. I actually didn't remember that from before. So Ezreal is opting to stay here, and which may actually be a good decision for him to try and get farm. The 3 of them will be able to handle Dragon. So this is like they're in the last couple of minutes here. They are actually playing more as a team. They're playing better. Teemo's 1v1ing top lane. He's probably still got enough damage. Although, finally, Rumble has bought a magic resist, so Teemo is going to be less effective. Good job, Rumble. They'll get the Dragon, which will help even up the gold, which it really isn't that far behind. 2k, that's not that big of a deal. Ezreal staying here will help hopefully get some farm and start catching up, because he needs to haul ass on farm. Seriously. Hopefully he doesn't sacrifice this by like getting caught out by Graves or something. So that's good. I like this all. Looks like they called a gank attempt. Blitzcrank finally drops a ward. Oh my god, it's like someone else is playing for him. Except that, wow, that was risky. He should have dropped the ward and gone this way for sure. With that low health and with how much damage Graves is doing, but that was really risky a blitz. So it's like he's like trying to play smart, but also playing really shitty. Let's see. Kha'Zix is probably going to get caught out here again. And I think he just blew his one escape. Or did he? No, I think he still got it up. Oh, man. So he does got the one escape, but Rengar is feeling very confident that he can get the gank under the turret. And he does. Oh, and then he runs at the turret. It's possible Rengar could have got away there, but maybe. It's hard to say. Was his flash wasn't up, so no, he couldn't have got. He maybe could have got away, but probably not. Okay, so what do we got? Graves and Soraka looking for a gank. I don't know if they're actually looking for V or maybe they're just looking to get behind Blitz. And I mean, they're probably really confident right now. Like, we have nothing to worry about. If we can get behind any of these champions, we can dominate them, as you'll see. I mean, they barely took any damage. They got a free kill on V right there. Ezreal is not watching the minimap. Oh dear. This is embarrassing. So I'm assuming he's probably going to get caught out and killed here. Blitzcrank's not even with them. As a support, I mean, you're supposed to stay with your AD carry. Oh, and now Blitz is what is it? Is he actually going to run down here and die? This is dumb. He should be either back at this turret or up with Kha'Zix right now. Not standing right here. Just fall back, you dumbass. At least he's finally buying wards. Thank God. He's probably getting bitched at by his team. Alrighty. Anything else interesting going on to point out? Ooh, that's interesting. So Rengar's actually going to catch Teemo out here, but I think if I remember, Teemo's got a ton of damage, yeah. And the reason, like, you'd think, okay, so Rengar's got 6 kills, and you think, wow, he should be really fed. He should be able to take Teemo no problem. Teemo's only got 3 kills. He's died twice. He doesn't really have much armor. But the problem is that Rengar has, like, no magic resist. So, and he has got a ton of ability power compared to his attack damage. 116. Teemo is rocking 218 ability power, so he is pumping out serious damage right now, and Rengar has no mitigation. So Rengar probably felt really confident, like, I'm fed 6 kills, I got this shit, and is going to be very surprised by Teemo's output. So Teemo handles him no problem. Rumble's going to come down to try and assist, or maybe clean up the kill. Maybe he thinks he can still get it. But we got to remember, he's in enemy jungle, so this is really risky of Rumble right now to come this far in. Especially when this turret's up, you know, I mean, there's going to be some people somewhat nearby. So they're probably going to get the kill on Rumble easily. Yep. So, I mean, look at the gold now, too. They probably feel like they're in a huge deficit. 6 kills down, but really the gold's not that far. They've got, someone's, Teemo's got some serious farm going on. Kha'Zix over farming. But it's probably negated a lot by Graves' farm. Like, Graves is way out farming Ezreal. And the junglers, I mean, Rengar's got a little bit more. Not too much. And Ezreal's going to get caught out again. Wow. I mean, so much of these kills, so much of the gold disadvantage is going to come from just Ezreal and Blitz. And all these kills they're giving away. Whoops. So let's see what happened here. Looks like is Blitzcrank just running out here by himself? I think Blitzcrank just ran out here. Well, Kha'Zix must have been there, so Blitzcrank should just turn around. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just bad. These are decisions you don't want to make. Like, even his positioning. Like, he could have kept running this way. He wouldn't have ran into Rengar. It was like the logical positioning. Like, don't run this way and then turn around. You have to cover more ground overall. He could have just ran this way. Dumbass. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so let's just get this fast forwarding, because I think we covered for the most part, the mistakes going on. They're going to get some turrets. Whoa, we're missing a lot. Rengar's getting some more kills here. They just probably can't handle the damage output. So yeah, I guess we can just keep it going. Okay, maybe I should slow this down. This is getting out of control. Okay, so they're continuing the push onward. They're able to get blitz. Kha'Zix has been forced to fall back. They're gonna get easily killed. Soraka, who got caught out there. Soraka was playing way too aggressive. She should have definitely been like, if they're moving this way, Soraka should be much further behind. Especially since she's got the Reverie, she can run away quickly. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not really sure if there's too many more mistakes to really point out here. I mean, a lot of the mistakes that are going to be happening are going to be just basically repeating. I mean, Ezreal's switched to top now, which, you know, maybe because they're doing so atrocious on the bottom. They're able to catch someone out there. That's good. I mean, the gold's still really not that big of a deal. It seems like it would be so much more, you know, with the 2 turrets, the multiple kills, but they're really not too far behind. But I think the items are going to, like, some of the items here are going to be pretty tough to deal with. Graves and Rengar, they're going to have a lot of damage output right at this point. Looks like they're looking for another gank attempt at mid here. And Blitzcrank got that. Which is good. I mean, Rengar came that way. Teemo's got such high damage output for him. Did Rengar buy a... He didn't... I don't think he bought any magic resist yet. So he's going to be still taking a ton of damage from Teemo. Everybody is, for the most part. So they are able to get another turret. The gold gap is definitely closing. And it's really not looking too bad for blue. That was a nice sneak in by Kha'Zix to get that kill. Pretty sweet. Especially since they know, you know, certain people are down. They know Rengar was down, and Graves is probably, where's he at? Oh, they're actually doing a push on the bottom. So that was a really smart call on Graves. Graves and Soraka part. I mean, being as powerful as they are and knowing that their entire team was up here pushing, they were able to go and get the bot turret and the inhib, push the lane all the way up. So that, and they're not even really that concerned because they have such high damage output. They might even be concerned about Kha'Zix at all, which they aren't. And they're actually going to get... Is Soraka going to get the kill? Nice. So they cleaned up the entire defense force there that came. So they're probably going to be able to push even onto this last turret. Unless... Well, Teemo has finally shown up, so... So they're basically just losing. They're just kind of losing control. I think one of the big things for them, the huge improvement they could make to their game is simply just to watch the minimap much closer, so that they were more aware of those things. Blitzcrank gets caught out again. So I mean, yeah. At this point, I think I'm just going to fast forward through and see who wins because it's basically a 3v5 right now. Blitzcrank and Ezreal are really not doing anything for their team. As you can see, people are getting caught out. And the gold gap is starting to pull ahead now, so I think it's pretty much going to be down. I think purple's going to be able to take this match handedly. Blitzcrank leading the charge. Unable. Oh, jeez. So this is kind of. Oh man, Graves got a pentakill there. So this is one of the errors that have been popping up now with the new or with the LOL replay error. Recent update with Lysandra has screwed a bunch of stuff up. So apparently it corrupted the demo. But I think it's pretty safe to assume at this point that purple is going to win the match. It's basically a 3v5. The only way they're going to come back is if they happen to win a team fight, and the respawn times are really long. They're able to push, but even then, they're probably only going to be able to push up to the base. Maybe they'll get, like the inner turrets, maybe an inhib, but they're not going to be able to actually win. They're going to actually need probably 2 complete aces to get in and potentially win the match. And I just don't see it happen. Graves is currently at 19 kills. Rengar's at 9. I mean, it's just lost at this point. But we can talk about what they could have done different, and that's basically everything that I've said up to this point. Is Blitzcrank should have had wards. He should have played less aggressive. He should have just looked for his utility is looking for those openings to pull someone in, put them out of position, get the damage on them. They should have been focused on Graves, getting poke, getting the Ezreal needed way more farm. He's still only at 64 farm versus Graves 199. Terrible. Who else? I mean, Teemo did fine. V should have those 2 early gank attempts, or 3 actually, were basically bad calls. Well, the very first one actually wasn't necessarily a bad call as much as it was Blitzcrank and Ezreal not watching. Also Rengar not watching. So minimap, got to keep your eyes on it. And someone on your team should notice. There's 5 of you. There's probably not very many windows where nobody is looking at the minimap, hopefully. Also the item. So like for instance, like I said with Rumble, rather than buying the ability power, rather than buying Mercury Treads, he should have got the magic resist much earlier on so that he could maintain the lane or sustain in the lane against Teemo longer. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but that's still something that you should, even when you, that should be said. Even when you win a match, you should still be looking for ways to improve, because just because you won against this team comp, and because, it's 3v5 basically, Rumble's playstyle probably would have lost against a whole bunch of other players. Had Ezreal and Blitzcrank but done better in the bot lane, the match would have been totally different, and maybe they would have needed Rumble to get some ganks top or whatever to keep it in their favor. So just stuff to look out forward to. Too bad the match is corrupt. That sucks. Hopefully LOL replay will be fixed very soon. Yeah. I think if it says on the homepage that the guy was on vacation or something. But, well, whatever. You can look at it if you want. I'll wrap this up because I don't want to get into a whole ramble or something like that. So, thank you very much for watching as always. Please consider subscribing above, liking below, leaving feedback, all that sort of stuff. The more you do of it, the better it is for me to improve and also for people to find it and learn and all that great stuff. So, I need to drink some water and take a break. So, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.